On. Axios has an exclusive look, Jonathan, at leaked Trump vetting documents. What do they show us?
So a source leaked me internal Trump team vetting documents for nearly 100 people who went on to become top officials in the Trump administration or were considered for the top jobs. It's a pretty stunning and rare look inside what the Trump team considered to be the ethical and political vulnerabilities for much of the cabinet and for many senior White House officials. And what we learned, there are a lot of things we learned, but one thing is that a lot of the problems we saw with the Trump administration in terms of people like Scott Pruitt, who had lost his job after serial ethical abuses, Tom Price, similar situation. Not only were these problems foreseeable, they were actually foreseen. So the Scott Pruitt, I'll just give you an example. They had these sections in the documents called red flags. We looked through the Scott Pruitt vetting dossier. It actually had a section in his dossier flagging, quote, coziness with big energy companies. There was also, it was really interesting to get a sense of what the Trump team considered to be problematic. So one red flag for General David Petraeus, who was under consideration then for Secretary of State and National Security Advisor, direct quote, Petraeus is opposed to torture. The Chris Kobach, former Secretary of State for Kansas, he was in the running for Homeland Security Homeland Security Secretary. And again, more recently, they listed, quote, white supremacy as a vulnerability for him. It cited accusations from past political opponents that he had ties to white supremacist groups.
Well, I mean, thank God. Thank God they put that in the con side of the ledger. Right? Thank God for small favors. You can respond, Jonathan.
He's trying to keep a straight
Is there a
face.
question?
No.
Jonathan,
We're good.
what did it show up for Rudy Giuliani, who wanted to be Secretary of State?
Okay, so
Wow.
okay. How much time do we have?
We got a 3-hour show.
So they were so worried about Rudy Giuliani, who was in line for Secretary of State, they created 2 separate dossiers for him. There was the normal vetting, and they also created a document titled Rudy Giuliani Business Ties Research Dossier, which had copious accounting of his foreign entanglements, work associations with an Iranian group that was previously listed on the terrorist watch list, other ties to companies with links to Putin and Russia. I mean, it is this. I mean, we published all these documents online, by the way, on Axios. We redacted things that were spuriously sourced, or sometimes they included rumors, which we redacted all of that.
So let me ask you, Jonathan, any concerns as it pertained to Giuliani about personal things, like falling asleep at 6 o'clock at night?
Drinking or
something that the Trump administration, people close to Donald Trump, told me about repeatedly, concerns that he would go to Bedminster and be asleep by 6 o'clock with his chin on his chest. I'm not saying this to be tough. I'm wondering whether they actually put that into the dossier, because I heard about that a lot.
That was not in the vetting dossier.
Okay. See, look how tight-lipped he is. Very tight-lipped.
He's a reporter. All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate
it. A steely gaze.
Yes.
I can't draw him out. Jonathan, what did you think of the Avengers? Okay, very good. Got it.
Wow.
All right.
Okay, we'll get to that later. All right. It's a long morning.